JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, 13 killed last week as murders dipped by 19%. There were 13 murders in Jamaica last week, pushing the overall total to 46. This represents a 19% reduction year on year, or 11 fewer homicides when compared with the corresponding period in 2023. This is according to the latest Jamaica Constabulary Force JCM Serious Crime Statistics as of January 20. With the exception of Kingston, Western, and St. Thomas, all of the police divisions have recorded one or more murders. The St. James Police Division, with 11 murders, tops the list of most murderous so far this year. This is followed by St. Anne and St. Catherine North with 6 each, and Manchester, Kingston Central, and St. Catherine South with 3 each. Shootings and injured persons reports have increased, while rape, robbery, and break-ins have declined. Suspect in custody in connection with contract-style killing of Sandra Risden. A suspect has been taken into custody in connection with the contract-style killing of Sandra Risden, the paralegal who was shot and killed on Washington Boulevard last Thursday. A senior commander said that officers from the St. Andrew South Police conducted a major operation in the Waterhouse community shortly after the killing of Miss Risden. The suspect was apprehended after the police determined he matched the description of one of the killers. A motorcycle, which reportedly transported the killers, was also seized. The suspect and the motorcycle were later handed over to detectives in the St. Andrew North Police Division who are investigating the case. Miss Risden, who worked at the law firm Nunes, Schofield, Dillon and Company, was shot while in traffic. The 63-year-old woman was later pronounced dead at hospital. The hoodlums were challenged by a policeman, leading to a shootout along the busy thoroughfare, but the killers managed to escape in the peak hour traffic. Investigators are trying to establish a motive for the killing. Former PNP council aspirant freed of assault charge, St. Elizabeth school teacher, and former People's National Party PNP aspirant for the Lacovia Division, O'Shane Gale, was freed of an assault charge on Monday. The charge stemmed from the alleged board beating of his then-pregnant spouse last October. Gale, represented by attorney at law Thomas Levine, appeared in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court in Santa Cruz. Levine said that his client was acquitted after the complainant, Gale's ex-spouse, and the mother of his first child expressed no further interest in the case. The complainant, with whom he was involved in a relationship, indicated through her attorney that she has no further interest in the case as she has reconciled her differences with Mr. Gale. Mr. Gale was arrested and charged in 2023 following an incident at her home, and he has maintained his innocence since then, said Levine. Subsequently, she gave birth to a child, and all three attended court today. Mr. Gale, a teacher at Magotty High School in the parish of St. Elizabeth, expresses gratitude at the outcome and is looking forward to bonding with his first child. As for his political future, Mr. Gale remains a committed supporter of the PNP and looks forward to serving in whatever capacity the party deems fit, Levine added. The complainant was represented by Ushade Morgan and Cherise Cummings. In October 2023, the PNP moved swiftly to sever ties with Gale after he was charged with assault. At the time, the teacher was selected to represent the party in the Lacovia Division of St. Elizabeth Northwestern in the upcoming local government election. St. Elizabeth Police seized ammunition in Comer Pen raid. The St. Elizabeth Police on Friday seized 68 assorted rounds of ammunition during an operation at Comer Pen. The police, acting on intelligence, carried out a snap raid at a property. During the search, a plastic bag containing 21.32 Smith & Wesson rounds, 17 12-gauge cartridges, and 30 9mm cartridges were found. No arrest was made in connection with the seizure. Last week, 3 guns and 180 rounds of assorted ammunition were seized and 5 people arrested in the parish. Police Federation wants Commish and the ministry officials committed to prison. The Jamaica Police Federation has filed an application in the Supreme Court to have Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison, and Ambassador Alison Stone-Roof, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, jailed for alleged contempt of court. In the application, the Federation argues that members of the force continue to work overtime without compensation. The application was filed last Wednesday by Federation Chairman Corporal Ron James and Detective Constable Nigel Murray on behalf of the Federation and Corporal Doris Stewart. At 4 pages long, the document asked the court to commit to prison Morrison and Stone Roof as responsible officers for the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of National Security, respectively, and Anderson. Attorney General Dr. Derek McCoy is listed as the fourth defendant. The body is seeking orders from the court that include a declaration that the defendants are in contempt of court for the aforementioned three to be sent to prison, cost of the claimants to be taxed if not agreed, and any other relief the court deems fit. The Federation said the application was made pursuant to Rules 1.1, 53.1a, and 53.7 of the Civil Procedure Rules 2002. Rule 53.1 provides that the court has the power to commit a person to prison for a failure to comply with an order requiring the person to do an act within or by a specific time or not to do an act. The Federation said that on June 3, 2022, the full court, comprising Justices David Batts, Tara Carr, and Christiana Brown Beckford, ordered that the heads of agreement between the Federation and the Ministries of National Security and Finance on September 11 were binding on the government. The police union noted that the court declared that the agreement created a legitimate expectation among members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Further, the Federation said the court ordered that on or before March 31, 2023, the defendants put in place a system that is in accordance with the terms agreed in the heads of agreement to capture the actual hours worked by rank-and-file members of the force in excess of 40 hours per week, and that the said members be thereafter remunerated accordingly for such excess hours. Costs were also awarded to the claimants against the defendants, the Federation said. It said that 2 letters were sent via its attorney, dated August 25, 2023 and September 1, 2023 to the defendants, urging them to comply with the order of the court, and that as a claimant, it intended to pursue enforcement proceedings, including contempt of court, if they failed to comply with the orders of the full court. The defendants have failed to comply with the orders of the full court in that they have failed to put in place a system that will capture the actual hours worked by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in excess of 40 hours per week, and members are not being compensated for such excess hours, the application file stated. The Federation said the conduct of the defendants was deliberate and designed to obstruct the just disposal of the proceedings. It is in keeping with the overriding objective that the order sought herein be granted, the court document said. The government was in June 2022 given a March 2023 deadline to implement a proper software system to efficiently capture and calculate overtime hours for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The Federation filed a lawsuit in 2019 against the two ministries, Anderson and McCoy, seeking damages and several declarations, including whether the heads of agreement between the Federation and government was binding and whether the police were entitled to constitutional relief. The court ruled that the 5 heads of agreements signed by the Federation and the Finance and National Security Ministries between 2008 and 2019 were binding and created a legitimate expectation among members of the police force. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.